Hello folks and welcome back to another Wise Game video. In today's video we're going to have a discussion and a look at which game is really meant for us in year 2019 going into year 2020 for World of Warcraft. Now we're going to be covering a couple of games in today's video. We're going to be covering Classic WoW, a little bit about the Burning Crusade, and also Battle for Azeroth. So you may be wondering, what do I mean by which game is right for us right now? What I mean is actually, do you have the time? Which one of these games is more suited for you on your time schedule? If you work a lot, if you go to school for many hours, if there's just a lot of activities going on in your life at this given time, which one of these games may be right for you? Because right now, I think when it comes to Classic WoW, a lot of people are just on the hype train of just going back in time and just playing a game that was once an epic game for World of Warcraft. So seeing my life has changed recently, I work a lot more hours than I ever did ever since I started my career with World of Warcraft. You know, which expansion is actually more accurate for me at this given time? Now the reason why I'm bringing the Burning Crusade in today's picture too is because I know it's not supported by Blizzard at this given time like they're doing with Classic WoW, but it's just going to add another element to today's video and kind of tie these two examples together. I did play the Burning Crusade not too long ago on an awesome private server called Nitherwing, and it's a very active private server for the Burning Crusade. So now let's dive a little bit deeper and see exactly what's involved from a player's perspective if they want to get from point A to point B with just PvP alone in Classic WoW. Now Classic WoW is supposed to mirror what happened in the actual original vanilla days. Now just like any expansion or version of the game World of Warcraft, of course we're not going to get everything loaded into the game when we first start when they release Classic WoW. Things are going to be added as patches come out in the future. So we're not going to have all the battlegrounds implemented yet. We're not even going to have the honor system actually implemented in the game until a little bit later down the road. So there's going to be like 6 different phases that they're going to be adding these additions to the game. So for the first couple of weeks or so, the only PvP in the game, Classic WoW, is only going to be like world PvP, duels, and things of that nature. I'm not sure if they're going to have a battleground at the start, but I highly doubt it. From what I read in some of the videos I've seen lately, it seems like what I'm saying holds true. Now, I'm not going to go into details of the PvP system for Classic WoW in today's video. That's for another time. But what I am going to get into now is actually what's involved from a player's standpoint. Tons of time. I'm going to come right off from the start. You need tons of time. And what I mean by this is you pretty much got to play this game religiously every day for 10 hours plus a day just doing battlegrounds. That's the only thing that they got in this game during Classic WoW for PvP. Later on, at the very last patch of the season or whatnot, they will introduce some world PvP objectives like Silitus, where there's actual objectives you have to do, like the Burning Crusade has Hollow. Now for Classic WoW, it's called RP points, which is ranking points. And these are the points you're going to get by doing BGs non-stop. Basically, it caps out at 13,000 per week. So you have to actually get 13,000 each week and maintain that to actually get rank 14. But now keep in mind, there's something that's called decay points. Now what decay points do is if you don't meet a certain threshold each week by building up your RP points, or your contribution points, which is CP points for this system, it's going to take away 20% on Reset Tuesday. So if you ended up making 10,000 for that week, they can take away 20%, which is going to leave you now with 8,000 actual overall points. The thing with Classic WoW and PvP is that there's really not a lot you can do to actually get these points. So if you want to gear up through the game in Classic WoW PvP wise, there's really not a lot of options. There is no arenas yet. Arenas did not hit until the Burning Crusade, and that gave us a faster means of actually getting these honor points to achieve these gears. Right now, it's mainly just battleground after battleground, and then there is some world events that you could actually do, even world PvP, which will contribute to some of these points, but in a very small scale. I did try to research Celotis and the Eastern Plague Lands, and around Phase 6 of Classic WoW, they're supposed to introduce the world PvP events out there in those areas. I'm not finding tons of information about this as far as how much honor it actually gives you, but I did come across a few forums of players that did play back then, and they said it really was not worth it. They felt it did not give them enough honor points to actually put the time into it, that they'd rather just do the battlegrounds. Plus, there is also PvP penalties placed in Classic WoW, just like a lot of MMOs today. For instance, if you kill players that agree to you, is a penalty in PvP in Classic WoW. Same with NPCs that are also lower levels. Now, I am using the Burning Crusade footage right here because I don't have any access right now to Vanilla or Classic WoW. So we could see in this war room right here in Stormwind, this is where the vendors have been for most of the X packs, where we could come and purchase our PvP gears. Now, in Classic WoW, the only people that could actually enter this room was those high rank players. So these vendors were not accessible to anybody lower than those ranks. Now, there is other PvP vendors scattered throughout the world in Classic WoW where you could obtain the lower blue gears, so on and so forth. Now we're going to touch a little bit on the Burning Crusade. The only reason why, and I'm not going to put a lot of time into this because I know this game is not really on most people's radar right now. But there is some private servers that are still supporting the Burning Crusade. The Burning Crusade to me was just a great expansion. It offered more for PvPers because they came out with arenas. Arenas was a great way of getting your pieces of gear each week if you had the right partners, where you could actually get that done without taking so much time as you did in Classic WoW, playing 60 hours a week right in battleground after battleground. The arenas gave us another means of actually getting our PvP gears. Now, another great thing about the Burning Crusade too that I liked is that they actually gave PvP stats. They gave resilience in patch 2.4. So with resilience, what that did was that it made your gears mean a lot more as a PvP player. Because if you went into a battleground or an arena and you fought a team that didn't have resilience gears and you do, you should have a higher advantage seeing you are in a PvP situation. But most players on the private servers are going to be going to Classic WoW just because they want to relive the game again in its nostalgic moment. And it's supported by Blizzard. You can't get better than that. So I believe that the private servers for the Burning Crusade and these earlier games will probably eventually die out. Which leaves us now with Battle for Azeroth, the current game for World of Warcraft. Now, we do know that a lot of PvPers did shy away from this game ever since Legions hit, because when Legions came out, they really changed the dynamics of PvP in a huge way, which I am not a fan of either, but it's still better than not playing World of Warcraft at all. As an example, I've been a member of 2 PvP guilds that was very, very active and well known on our servers ever since MOP, which is Mr. Pandoria. And right through WAD, Warlords of Draenor, and so on and so forth, we actually was able to achieve a couple of teams a week to actually do RBGs. We did arenas, world PvP, you name it. If it was PvP, we did it. and we had a good amount of players on each day and very active. We had on the average 25 to 30 players per day. And that's on a PvE server, mind you. So if we actually open up my guild now, we're going to see I'm the only one that's on. Basically what had happened was we had almost 500 members at one time, and it dwindled now to 350. So most of them actually quit the game. They didn't quit the guild. The ones that did quit the guild did go to PvE raiding guilds, which I could not blame them because we wasn't doing anything. Once we found out the changes of PvP in the game, most of the people decided to just quit the game. But now on the good note of Battle for Azeroth, and getting back to the main meaning of today's video, is when it comes to how much time do you have to dedicate to get things done from PvP alone in World of Warcraft. In Battle for Azeroth, it's very friendly when it comes to people that don't have a lot of time. I could actually gear up and get a new piece of gear, and then the cash box on the next Reset Tuesday, which is giving me now 2 pieces of gear, by just dedicating 10 hours a week in conquest points. So if I went to do some battlegrounds, I'm going to get some conquest points. Well, let's actually open up Group Finder here, and we're going to see that they all do indeed, even skirmishes now, give you a little bit of conquest points. Then there's a lot of war mode dailies, quests, or whatnot. So if we go to pre-made groups and we do another search again, we're going to see that there is groups in here looking for war mode type PvP events. And once those are complete, now you're going to be able to also get more conquest points. Now, even though there's not specific vendors in the game anymore, each faction does have a person, an NPC, which once these certain things are complete, you're going to hand it in and you're going to get those conquest points. And then a piece of gear at the end of the week if you cap it to 500. And then on Reset Tuesday, you're going to have access to the cash box, which is now going to give you another upgrade, hopefully. It's still RNG based, which I am not a fan of, but it has been giving me gears right along. Eventually, after a certain item level, the only way you're going to get gears through this game is to be in high ratings arenas and RBGs, which is usually like 2200 now and above, which is a very small percentage of players playing this game right now. So on the good note, Battle for Azeroth is great if you work a lot. You know you can't put in 60, 70 hours a week like you have to in Classic WoW. And you also have a lot more PvP events that you could actually do. I get bored doing Battlegrounds day in and day out. I just couldn't play a game with just Battlegrounds. I'll be truthfully honest with you. So Battle for Azeroth right now has not been too bad for me. I'm still getting the gears, and we'll see on how it goes. So again, to recap and to kind of go through like kind of a rating system, I would say I would give Classic WoW out of 1 to 5 when it comes to time allocation, a 1. 5 being the highest, being the best. So yes, I give Classic WoW a 1. The Burning Crusade, if we eventually ever get that from Blizzard, I would definitely give that anywhere from a 3 to a 4. And Battle for Azeroth, that baby gets a 5. So again, this is only speaking about how much time you have to dedicate to get anything worthwhile in the game. Okay folks, so that's pretty much it for today's video. Thanks again for watching Wise Gamer. Feel free to comment below and sub up to watch those more future videos, and we'll catch you the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.